All right, let's talk about charisma. That magnetic quality some people just seem to have. But what if it's not magic? What if it's something you can learn and it's actually pretty easy? Sounds a little wild, right? Well, stick around because we're going to break down exactly how you can do it. So let's just get right to it. I've got a question for you. Were you born charismatic? Seriously, take a second and think about that. Are you the person who walks into a room and just lights it up? Or do you kind of feel like that's a skill you missed out on? Well, here's the surprising and honestly, the best answer. No, you weren't born charismatic. Nobody is. It's not in your DNA. It's a skill. Just like, I don't know, learning to play guitar or bake a decent loaf of bread. And the amazing thing about skills? Anyone can learn them. Yep, that includes you. Okay, so if it's a skill, you might be wondering, then why am I not better at it? That's a great question, and it leads us right into something called the charisma paradox. We're going to look at how school, of all places, might actually be setting us up to fail at being social. I mean, think about it. For what, 15, maybe 20 years of your life, you're put into what should be the perfect social incubator. You're literally surrounded by hundreds of people your own age, day in and day out. It seems like the perfect place to learn social skills, right? A lab for learning how to connect with people. But here's where the paradox kicks in. In an ideal world, school would be this amazing social playground. But the real school, what does it tell us to do? Don't talk. Stop joking around. Be quiet. Sit still. All the things that build charisma, having energy, being creative, connecting with others, are the very things you get in trouble for. It's the complete opposite of what you need to practice being social. So who actually does become charismatic in a system like that? Well, it's usually the rule breakers, right? The talkers, the jokesters, the class clowns. And it's not because they were born with some magic charisma gene. It's because they're the only ones getting any practice. They're the ones speaking their minds and just being themselves, even when the system is telling them not to. All right, so if school is basically a charisma-free zone, how do we learn it? Well, this brings us to the secret ingredient. And this is a huge mental shift for most people, so get ready for it. The secret to charisma, it's not about you at all. It's about them. This quote says it all. Most people don't remember what you say or do. They remember how you made them feel. Let that sink in for a second. It's not about being the funniest person in the room or the smartest. It's about the feeling you leave people with. That's the whole game. Okay, that might sound a little abstract. Make them feel good. What does that even mean? Let's get super practical with a real-world example. We're going to call this one the pressure washer. So check this out. There are 6 layers to this simple request, and each one is designed to create a positive feeling. Step 1, you use their name. Boom, they feel seen. Step 2, you ask for their help specifically. Now they feel important. Step 3, you mention it's expensive. That makes them feel trusted. See how this works? Then you emphasize you need help, which shows your vulnerability. You smile, making them feel appreciated. And finally, you target their strengths, like asking a strong friend to help lift it, which makes them feel capable. It's a masterclass in making someone feel good. So what's the goal behind all these layers? It's simple, a positive intention. This isn't about manipulation or tricks. The whole point is to genuinely make the other person feel good about themselves. That is the engine that drives charisma. It's a win-win. Okay, so we get the why. Now let's get to the how. It's time to open up your charisma toolkit. I'm going to give you 3 simple verbal techniques you can literally start using today, like right after you finish this.
But wait, before we dive in, there's a huge flashing red lights disclaimer here. You have to be authentic. Seriously, people have a built-in radar for fakes, and they can spot one a mile away. If you're not being genuine, this stuff will totally backfire. It'll just make you seem insincere.
All right, with that out of the way, tool number 1. It's so simple, but so powerful. Give genuine compliments. And here's the best part. You don't have to sit there and try to invent compliments. I promise you, you already think them. You see someone with cool shoes, you think, hey, cool shoes. You see a coworker nail a presentation, you think, wow, they did great. The only difference is that charismatic people actually say those things out loud. You just have to open the valve and let the positive thoughts you're already having come out. Okay, tool number 2. This one is a little more next level, but man, is it effective for building real connections. We're talking about mastering the art of banter. So, what exactly is banter? It's basically the playful, friendly exchange of teasing remarks. And the key words there are playful and friendly. This is not about being mean or insulting someone. When you do it right, it's a way of showing someone, hey, I trust you and I'm comfortable enough with you to joke around like this. It builds a ton of rapport. But yeah, there's a very fine line here. Good banter, the goal is for both of you to have fun. It feels inclusive, relaxed. Bad banter, the goal is to get a laugh at someone else's expense. It feels isolating and just plain mean. So here's the rule of thumb. Always, always target their strengths or shared inside jokes. Never, ever target their insecurities. That's not banter, that's just bullying. And that brings us to tool number 3. And honestly, this might be the most underrated charisma superpower of them all. Just actively listen and ask good questions. You know, people have 2 favorite subjects, themselves and the things they're passionate about. So just let them talk about that stuff. And the key is to be genuinely interested. Don't fake it. Ask follow-up questions. Make them the star of the show. You want to go pro level? Mention something they accomplished that you know they're proud of. That shows you're not just listening in the moment. You actually remember. All right, we're heading into our final section. We've covered a lot about what to say. But the single most powerful charisma technique? It has nothing to do with words. It's all about taking action. Look, words are one thing, but actions are undeniable. Think about it. Giving a small, thoughtful gift. Doing a favor for someone without being asked. Asking them for help. Remember the pressure washer? Even just inviting someone to hang out. These things shout, I value you, way louder than just saying it. This right here, this is the feeling you want to create. You want them to have that moment where they think, wow, really? You do that for me? When you can do that, you've hit the bullseye of charisma. You've made them feel incredibly seen, valued, and just important. So I'll leave you with a final thought to take with you. The next time you talk to someone, maybe even in the next hour, what are you going to focus on? What clever thing you can say? Or what small thing you can do to make that person feel absolutely amazing?